Alright, man, let's see. There's Grim Reapers all over the goddamn place now, so I thought by killing the pterodactyl, I wouldn't run into dangerous monsters that would try to kill me. I was wrong. There are now Grim Reapers everywhere, so I'm gonna run up to one of them and see what they do. Hi. I can sing at him, which he didn't really appreciate very much. Well, they're afraid of me. They're really afraid of me. Do they come back? Yeah. Wait. I thought these guys would try to kill me. Instead, they're just scared. Hey, you know, we don't. It doesn't have to be this way. We can be friends. I want to have friends. I want to make them happy. You know, they're like these like dark spirits that just like I assume that all I need to do is like give them some power of friendship and they will become like happy spirits. I don't have anything to base that theory off of aside from, you know, Disney movies, but hey, it seems to work out well enough for Aladdin, and I just unleashed Jafar upon this world, so well, to that end, I guess I'm going to go back in this direction and try to get that unlockable thing that I wasn't quite able to get earlier when the bird was around. So, yes, my theory about killing the pterodactyl and finding all this game's secrets ended up being correct. So, let's go into here and grab whatever fragment of things this is. And, what is this, a map? Oh, it's another conch shell. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time. Interesting. So, I got one of these at the start of the game, and this was the second one I found, and it was the second one in that sequence. So, maybe I haven't missed any of those yet. That would be really cool, because those were the very first thing. That was the very first thing I found. That was a collectible item in this game, and I hadn't seen one in a while, so I kind of assumed, like, hey, because I haven't seen one of these in a while and I've been finding all these other collectible things, maybe I screwed up and I ended up missing a bunch of them. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I mean, I'm 2 for 2 on finding them as far as I can tell, so maybe that spells good tidings for me. Okay, so the fox is... Where is the fox? I just heard them barking, but I didn't see them, and I want to make sure that I explore this area before... Whoa! What the hell? Oh, yes, there's the fox. Also, I'm dead. Oh, I reached the limits of the storminess that I've unlocked. That's an interesting mechanic I didn't really pick up on. Okay. I can work with that. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna definitely take an opportunity to explore everything that's in the shade, though, so that I can absolutely make for certain that I haven't run past any keys that I can collect or anything of that sort of nature. Also gives me a chance to hang out with my bros, the Scaredy Bros. Okay, I have already been through this section. I've already yelled at this baby shitting, and I guess I can mark this mentally as a place that I can say I've done. I've also, wow, kind of hit like a little bit of an invisible wall there. The game didn't really want to let me walk through that segment so much. Okay, so that's outside of the realm of safety. The fox is over here. This is an area that has a bunch of these guys. So this is pretty clear to me as like a yes, this area is a form of progression. So I'm gonna see. There's another wind. Oh, that's another windmill. I see. So I think that by going, the fox is just around where any accessible windmill is right now, I think. So it'll just teleport, and I can do any of these 3 sections in the order I choose, I think. No, I think that probably this area was like the first area that you're supposed to do, and then the other 2 you can pick which one you want. I think I'm going to opt to do the area that I just ran away from, but I am going to pop into this real quick and grab whatever collectible item this is. It looks like this is one of those animal statues that I haven't seen in a long time. And it is a windmill, or it's one of those little like windmill toy things you get as if you're a kid. Okay, this one I'm missing a pig and I'm missing the fox on, so that I might have actually have missed collectibles on, which would be pretty annoying if it were the case. Interesting stuff. Yep, okay, that about ended the way I expected it to, but at least I know for certain that it did, and wow, my frame rate is just eating it. It must be loading like a bunch of like stuff in the background since I died. It must just be like, oh shit, we deloaded things and now it's like massively loading everything back into memory. I don't really know which, but it appears to have fixed itself, so I guess whatever it was loading is fine now. So I mean, like can I say, just this game is a little bit more intensive of my hardware than a lot of other games I play, so I'm just noticing more so than often that I'm having performance hiccups here and there. It's probably not even due to the game, it's probably just like it's a brand new game and I have relatively older hardware in this computer at this point. So, oops, that's death. Alright, let's see. I have a handhold that I can grab onto. And I guess I can jump up. Yep, and then jump back. No, then jump back. There we go. Wait a second. I'm gonna go back here. And I'm gonna come up here. Now look at this. There is a asset in the Unreal 4 store that I looked at a long time ago because I wanted this thing. It's called like adventure game movement controllers, and it gives you like all of the third-person controls to do things like jumping off of platforms and stuff like that. You can buy it from the store, and I remember distinctly that one of the wall jumping controller animations was one where your character stuck their arm out like this. I have to wonder if they're using that. It was something I wanted to start playing with because I wanted to write a third-person game a little while ago, and I didn't want to write the things that did all the animation controllers and the movement controllers. And I looked into that pretty extensively, and when I saw it, it was just a project that they were going to put on the asset store, but it was not done yet. Because of how familiar that little movement feels to me, I do believe that it would not surprise me. I can't make a 100% statement on this, obviously, but it would not surprise me if that was a asset that they were using rather than like home, like dog fooding it. Not really dog fooding, but like, you know, making it themselves. Not to be a disparaging remark, I mean, obviously, like, the less you have to program, the better off you are when it comes to making your video game, as far as I'm concerned. And then there's me, and I program everything. Yay. Well, anyway, let's not lament. Let's move forward in this game. So it looks like I've reached an area of sunlight again, so the happy days of hanging out with a bunch of things that are absolutely fucking terrified of me and think I'm going to kill them at any minute. Basically the same thing that happens when I hang out with my pet rabbits. Those happy days are at an end. So let's see. Right, I have a swimming mechanic now. I wonder if they're going to combine like swimming mechanics with the pterodactyl mechanics to make it so that if you dive underwater, the pterodactyl won't kill you. And it looks to me that... Well, first off, that's a really nice touch that they have the pterodactyl fly around, because what I did was I ran into the area that the developers did not absolutely intend for me to go through. And so when I discovered like this mechanic of if you go back into the sunlight, you're in danger for the pterodactyl, I did not have the luxury of it being done through you know, the game's natural tutorials and level design. I just kind of stumbled upon that idea. So I do appreciate the little touch that they did here, where if you follow through with how the game expects you to do things, you will, excuse me, you will just, okay, cool, we're gonna Sonic 3 this thing and fly through breathy bubbles, that's fine. Yeah, so I appreciate that the level design is set up so that if you follow the path that they intended you to take, you will naturally be taught things like if you go into the light, that's when the Dacties are going to get you. Now, I want to be heading presumably into that. I am going to do my usual thing, and I'm going to explore the perimeters first and see if there's any sort of unlockables that I can happen across. And if we look into here, we have something already to reward my efforts. Now, because this area has this breathing mechanic in it, I need to make sure that I don't die while doing this, like, exploration-y stuff. And I was kind of concerned for a second going into this blind that I was going to happen across a section that I needed to have done other things in first before getting either the stuff to... oh, okay. But, hang on, let me see what I need to do. Okay, so it's basically like 180 degrees, so I need to go on the other side of it and then get it to turn around. I was curious to see if I had happened across this section where I was just gonna die because I hadn't done something that I needed to do earlier in the game to get either the breathing things to unlock or to drop the water level or something like that, like typical video gamey stuff. But it looks like that was not the case. They just kind of wanted me to sweat a little bit while I went through this whole section. So let's get this key. Let's get this key. God, their context sensitivity leaves a little bit to be desired sometimes. That's fine. Can I piss off any statues or torches in this section? Yeah. Whoa, okay, hi camera. Nope, I can't yell at any statues. I can't yell at any lights here. I do have this Y indicator keep popping up. I assume that that's teaching me... Yeah, it's just telling me to do that. Okay. So I've got a key now, which is really cool, but I haven't seen any doors with yet to use it on. However, my assumption is that I was supposed to find the door, then explore the environment to get the key, as opposed to what I did, which was just well, basically just saving myself a round trip here. Alright, so I'm gonna continue to explore the perimeter. Of course I'm gonna get some water not water. I have plenty of water. I'm gonna get some breathing oxygen first. And then let's get back underwater. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna explore the perimeter a little bit more and see if there's any more cool secrets for me to find. I see that we have jellyfish waters over there. So I remember from earlier in the game that jellyfish waters mean turn around, bub, cut your losses. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna dive back down, go through the intended area to my left down here, and then we'll be able to see if there's a door that I need to pop this key into, and if so, then I have correctly guessed the gist of this the way the section was designed, in that you were supposed to find the door before you find the key. But I guess they're going to be a little bit on the cinematic side and give you like a cool little like foyer to work your way through before just giving it to you. Oh, I'm half right and I'm half wrong. So I have one of the keys for this segment. I will need to be doing some more exploration before I can really get through this part. But got halfway there. Living on a prayer. So that's worth something to me. Alright. We'll have to head back out onto those stormy seas in the future, though, and find the other half of that in a later episode, because it is time for me to call this for tonight. Of course, that, you know, makes no difference on the YouTube side of things, because it's like a day's day, but whatever. The gist of it is that I am done recording for this section, or for this session for tonight, and hope you had fun watching this. I had a great time once again. Really, really digging this game. Great game. Would highly recommend that if you are interested in purchasing it, buy it. Support the developers. They've done some really cool work so far. They did Deadlight. They did this. Was it Deadlight? I just looked this up. They did this. They did Deadlight. I was getting to that. They did Deadlight in 2012, and then earlier this year they released the Sexy Brutale, which they've basically released like 2 games that were pretty decent releases in like 3 months. So very talented people that have put together some really cool stuff lately. So yeah, go out and support them. I highly encourage people to pick up this game and support the developers, who are Tequila Works. That's who they are. Located out of Spain. Alright, thank you all for watching.